What's up, guys? So this is week 4, last week of class and last discussion board for this class. So today we're going to talk about SEL for students, ethical decision making, and social responsibility. So I'm summarizing 2 skills, right, that are involved in ethical decision making and responsibility. So 2 skills that I like: one, demonstrating curiosity and open-mindedness. I think that it's very important to demonstrate curiosity and open-mindedness because that allows you to ask questions. It allows you to be open to receive feedback, to receive what do you call it? Criticism, right? Constructive criticism. There you go. So it allows you to receive constructive criticism so that you can get better as a person, and it shows that you care, right? When you're curious and you ask a lot of questions. And I think that's very important when you're making responsible decisions, and you're trying to be ethical in your decisions as well. Second skill I think I like is recognizing one's responsibility to behave ethically. So today I was talking about integrity in the class because I think the teacher was talking about, we should do the right thing. And I kind of threw out there, do you guys know what doing the right thing even when nobody's looking means? And they were like, no. So, they're first graders. So I threw out there, means integrity. And that's one thing that we should carry, especially being teachers, especially being in the education field. It takes a lot of integrity to do the right thing, especially when nobody's looking. Because if you're a teacher, you're by yourself with all those students. Nobody's watching you. The principal's not watching you all the time. So it's morally right, recognizing that you need to behave ethically, basically. And 3 positive aspects of developing developing ethical decision making and social responsibility. So I know why it's important, right? So it's important because it allows students to think what is morally right or wrong and to think about their actions. It allows a person to critically think about their behavior and thinking. And that's what we wrote in our thing, thing that we had. But also, it's important because of the fact that, moral reasoning and moral identity are both very important. So being a moral person, so doing, like I said, again, doing the right thing when nobody's looking, having those ethics of doing the right thing, doing right by people, I think, making sure everybody's getting the adequate education that they need, I think is super important because there's a lot of underrepresented people out there that need to be represented in, higher offices and stuff like that. And I think that we're far from that. We're getting there, but I think we're barely scratching the surface. And I think maybe not even in our lifetime, won't see that. But hopefully, with educators like myself and others that can educate these kids to let them know, like, hey, this is where we need to go. And as long as you're a moral person, as long as you have integrity, and as long as you are making ethical decisions, it's going to lead you to a lot of good. I also think that one other positive aspect is that when you're explicitly addressing values, like it says in here, ethical issues with students, you can become more intentional about your message. It also encourages students to consciously and critically reflect on their own values, as well as the messages that they're receiving from you as a person. So I think that's important, right, when it comes to something like that. Also, when students have strong internalized moral identity, they're, like you said, they're more motivated to behave pro-socially, even when they don't get any recognition, right? They just do the right thing because they know it's the right thing to do. And for teachers, it helps, with the students focusing on, right, their internal rewards rather than, for doing the right thing, rather than, can I get a snack, or can I get this, or can I get that? So I think that's very important. And it really helps. And it's, a very positive aspect of, creating those kind of students, as we go on in our educational field. And then the last part, so two of the things, practices that I wanted to use, and I think we use this in our thing, was a gratitude poem to the world. So for my credential program, and especially in my my grade level, first grade, I think writing a gratitude poem is very important in the aspect that it gets kids thinking about what makes them happy, how they can be happy, writing something about, what it is to be happy and happy about what is around you. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I think it's actually a pretty cool book to be able to read. And I think one other one was discovering your strengths and talents. So I think that's super important because a lot of people, they don't realize what they're capable of. A lot of kids don't realize what they're capable of. As students, they think, oh, I'd give up, I'm not going to do this. But when they really apply themselves and they really find out what their strengths and their talents are, it's like a whole different world opens up for them. And they're like, whoa, I didn't even know this was here. So it's pretty amazing to see kids in that state of mind once they find out their strengths and talents. And I think it's pretty cool to see the like the excitement from them, right? When they finally realize, hey, like, this is what I'm good at, like, cool. But I think it's important also to, touch on, like, hey, this can be used in other ways. This can be used to make you a better student. This can be used to make you a better learner, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the end of my discussion. I hope you enjoyed. And thanks for listening to me for the last 4 weeks, whoever's listened to me. See you guys around. Take it easy.